For me, it's always just sort of been about, am I going to be able to make another record? And that's all I really care about. And it's just living record to record, kind of.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
You know, doing a show in my car where we eat food sounded like a good idea. A little challenging today.
It was a little weird, like, sound-wise, when you're doing a podcast, it makes a lot of sense. But after watching people eat food...
Oh, I think it's a bit easier to watch people eat food
than to listen to them?
To listen to them chew food? That's repulsive. That's the absolute worst.
It probably is, you're right.
Oh my gosh. First bite. Oh, and check this out. Little pieces of pork on the fries. This is a meal right here. And yet I have a meal on top of that.
Yeah, just put it all together. I gotta get some of that.
So, being a vegetarian, I mean, there were periods of your career in Local H where you were touring nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, especially back, let's say, 90s, as Local H is breaking, how do you eat as a vegetarian when your options are really McDonald's, Burger King?
There's a lot of Denny's, a lot of grilled cheeses at Denny's. And then finally I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I haven't been to a Denny's in a long time.
Do you have napkins?
It's a lot easier now. No, I don't have any napkins.
I may have some. I've done this before. Hang on.
Oh, look at you. You're such a pro.
I'm resourceful, yeah. Another restaurant.
Thank you.
There we go. Happy to help. So, are you talking about when Local H broke? 96, As Good as Dead came out.
Yeah.
Big album for you.
It was.
What was it like at that time? You were coming up. You had one album out before it. This was the one that kind of pushed you over. Well, where was your mind at? What was the scene like? What was the music industry like?
I mean, we kind of knew that if this record didn't do well, we were probably gone. So there was a little bit of pressure. And I kind of asked, I was like, all right, how many records is it going to take for you guys? How many records do we have to sell for you guys to feel like it's a success and you're not going to pull the plug on this? And they were like, well, we'd be happy with 100,000 records. So I remember being kind of very, which now is crazy, you know?
Right, now that's like the best an artist can do in the world of streaming.
So
back then.
Yeah. So I was, once I hit that mark, I didn't care about it anymore, and I just decided to have fun, you know? For me, it's always just sort of been about, am I going to be able to make another record? And that's all I really care about. And it's just living record to record, kind of.
One of the legacies of that album is Bound for the Floor, which you can still hear on the radio today.
Right.
I mean, that really is, when people think of Local H, that's probably the first song that comes to mind.
Yeah.
When you wrote that song, did you feel like, oh man, this is it, this is the riff, this is the song, these are the lyrics, this is the one that's going to connect?
That song was really tough to make come together. I mean, it had like this, like really, like this bridge that sort of went to the left and turned into another song for a while. And it wasn't until we completely simplified it that it became, that was good. You know, it was like, we kind of got a little fancy in the middle. And once we got rid of that, the song kind of came together. But I mean, it was just keeping that repetition going was kind of the key, you know. I was a big Police fan growing up. Learned that lesson, you know.
Favorite Police album?
The first one, Outlandish Tomorrow.
That's the one next to you, right? Mm-hmm. That's the one. Yep.
It's a great record.
Right there with you. All right, you had your first bite.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Pretty good.
That portobello, and that's like a steak in there.
It's a huge portobello. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's the vegetarian steak.
It really is.
Yeah.
I was vegetarian for a while. I learned how to cook with tempeh and seitan, which was kind of like Satan, so it's cool to say, and tofu. And you just learn how to make tofu flavorful when you're vegetarian.
Yeah, I can't do any of it, but there's plenty of people in the city that can do it.
Mm-hmm. All right, sticking to As Good as Dead for a minute. You've actually been touring. I'm spitting as I'm talking. Mm-hmm. Forgive me. You've actually been touring behind this anniversary, 20-year anniversary.
Right.
You don't strike me. In fact, I think you've even said things to this effect. You don't strike me as a nostalgic type.
No.
Here you are on a nostalgia tour.
Kind of. They were going to put. We're constantly getting asked to put these records out on vinyl. And we've been trying for years. It's been really tough. And this label, SRC Vinyl, has a relationship with Polygram. Well, what are they now? They're Universal. So they were able to get it done. And I wanted to be involved. I didn't want it to be like, just a record and nothing else. I wanted extras and, demos. And so, yeah.
Why are we wearing black, by the way?
Because I'm cool.
Right. Because you're a rock star.
Yeah. So I wanted to be involved, and then they asked to do if we were going to do some shows. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really into that. And then I thought, what if we did this show where there's two drummers on stage, and because
like Chester Thompson and Phil Collins in Genesis on the Abacab tour.
Right. Yeah.
Just like it.
Right. Exactly like it. Everything like that.
All the way down to the Colony of Slippermen when you played that one live.
Totally. But yeah, once I hit on this idea of the show, this an evening with Local H type of show, and we just put out a Hey Killer, a new record last year. I wasn't ready to give up on that. So,
hey, I love that album, by the way.
Thank you. So once the show seemed like this big thing, it became less of a. It became more of a challenge and less of a nostalgia cash grab or anything.
I get that.
And once you get an idea that can make it interesting for you, then you don't feel so bad about it.
Reaction. Is it surprising to see how ravenous people have been for it?
It's nice to see people happy. I mean, you can't underestimate that. That people are enjoying themselves, and the curmudgeon in you kind of wants to mess with people, but it's nice to see people, happy.
It's nice to make a connection with people
Yeah.
with the stuff that you created.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty special thing.
It's very lucky.
You've played, I swear more than anyone, you've played every venue in the city and suburbs. You know your way around the city's live music scene.
Yeah.
Do you have favorite places to play? Like places you walk in, you're like, this is it, I'm home.
I mean, the Metro is like the gold standard. Since
Now, when
we were
you're
kids.
coming up in Zion, was that like, if I can play there, then I made it?
Yeah, man. Like the first time we played the Metro, we really felt like, whoa, this is something, and we knew that. And so that's always been there, and the shows there are always great, and that's always been the place, And the Empty Bottle, we've had some amazing shows there. I love that place. Yeah, I think the only place I've never actually played was the Riviera.
I find that astonishing.
Yeah.
You got to make that happen.
Yeah, but I remember the first time we played Rosemount Horizon. I mean, that was, what's it
Who
called
that
now?
with?
It was
that
with
Stone Temple Pilots?
Stone Temple Pilots.
I remember
yeah.
that show.
That was a great day. That was one of those days where you're like, all right, this is one of the best days of my life, and I'm going to enjoy it. And it really was.
A big arena show with a band that was arena ready. Headline.
Yeah, that's where I saw my first concert. Was Robert Plant was there.
Oh, what tour?
Shaken and Stirred.
Okay, so it was like 90-ish?
No, it was like 85, 84.
That's right, because it was Pictures at 11.
Then Principal Moments, and then it was Shaken and Stirred.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking Now and Zen.
No, Now and Zen was like 87.
Man, I'm way off. You're the Zeppelin fan. Why am I messing with you?
I'm a bit of a Zeppelin fan.
You're a gallows pole eater.
Yeah, I'm eating a gallows pole.
Hang me. And I said it, Zeppelin 3, that and Presence, the unsung treasures in the Zeppelin catalog.
Zeppelin 3 is great. It's really great.
Celebration Day.
It's so good. I love that record. I think I'm a physical graffiti man.
If I had to pick one album,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Presence and 3 get overlooked. I can take a
They're
Killer's
all
Last
great.
Stand any day of the week.
They're all great. I can't stand to hear people put down Into the Outdoor.
Southbound Soiree?
It's good stuff.
Carousel Alhambra?
In the evening,
Oh my God. I still like Fool in the Rain.
it's really good. That guitar solo on I'm Gonna Crawl. It's so smoky. Really good.
So, all right, we talked about places you've played and places you like to play. I know you like the late night activity. Mm-hmm. What are your favorite bars to close down in Chicago?
I closed down G-Man Tavern last night. The night before that, closed down Debonair. Before that, I was
Well,
at
that's a
Best
total-
Intentions.
Debonair is a total rock star club.
Yeah, it is. I think, it's kind of like the guys from Kilhanna's sort of place. Liars Club,
Of course.
I could go on and on. Bangers and Lace on Division is a great bar to go and have a beer and listen to a record. That's what I like now, too, is you're getting where bars, they just have a turntable on and they play a record. And you hear the whole record. You're not listening to somebody's iPod.
Are you one of those people who swears by vinyl, like the sound, the warmth, the crackles, the pops?
No, I'm not a crazy vinyl person. But I understand it. Because I have a real film fetish. Like,
I want to talk about that because you've come out as a film enthusiast in a big way. Like you have your own, I guess we'll call it a blog. I mean, you do it through Facebook, right? The Popcorn Dick?
yeah, Popcorn Dick. I'm trying to get the website off the ground, and I want to start doing podcasts and stuff like that.
But I noticed on social media, maybe a year or two ago, you would post every time you'd watch a movie and you'd number it.
Right.
And that's how I first became aware. Like, you like itemize every movie you saw.
Every movie I'd go see in a theater. So I just keep track of them. And it was just counting the movies. And then people were like, well, what do you think of these movies? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to make these Twitter reviews. And then that's exactly what I started doing.
That's exactly it.
People were like, well, we want to know your opinion. And I was like, okay. And so then it started to become like this crazy thing, that was like, I couldn't just watch the movie. I had to say something about it. And I don't know how it's affected the thing of going to movies, like if it's affecting my experience.
We have a couple of cool places to see movies.
Yeah.
Really nice,
Great places.
smartly designed theaters. Like, is the Music Box a go-to for you?
I'm going to go there after this interview.
That's amazing.
Well,
I wanted to see Hateful Eight there.
it was great. Yeah, it was a great experience. I mean, it was fun. I'm a big fan of intermissions,
How about it?
Yeah. The show that we're doing now has an intermission, and I love it. This is my favorite part of the whole show. Just sitting there. Like,
Well, Rush does intermissions too, but they also play for like 5 hours.
It's a great idea.
Catch your breath. Use the restroom.
Right. Give everybody a chance to sort of, I mean, it's noisy, it's not a kind music that we're playing, and people should have a chance to catch their breath.
It's not a kind of music that we're playing.
It's not nice.
Well, that would be your married man persona. Well, not kind, let's say, more gentle.
Yeah.
The lyrics are sharp and personal, but sonically.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the whole thing is a bit of a respite, Yeah, I was listening. Somebody had sent me not a podcast, but like some kind of session, a Coach House sound session, and I was like, this is pretty good. I hadn't listened to it in a while. I was like, this is all right. Interesting. Which one's my water?
You're the one with the lid.
Okay, cool.
There's no way I'm finishing mine.
I didn't think you were.
I mean, it looks like I haven't even touched this yet. And yet?
Come on, touch it a little bit more.
I've been waiting for you to say that, Scott.
Touch it.
Here we go. More pork on the French fry. Pork and onion straws on the French fries.
Man,
Chili cheese Fritos on the burger. I love this place. Fresh baked bread. And the meat is ground with pork. Not
it
Fritos.
is. Well,
I mean, this is like artisan level stuff going on here.
so they make the buns every day.
And they make cookies, too. I think we have cookies.
I was just going to bring up the cookies.
Sorry. That's one of the appeals.
Did you get your butter cookie?
It's in there somewhere.
It is in there.
Oh, there it is.
I haven't had a butter cookie. Oh. There it is.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had a butter cookie since I was 8. Let's see if they're still good.
All right, going back to the black shirt thing, I am leaving a trail of shame on my shirt. Just crumbs and other detritus.
Can't take you anywhere.
I know. It's my car.
You can do what you want.
That's right. That's right.
Good butter cookie.
Now, speaking of brush, one of the things I love about Local H, you have fun. You enjoy being in a band. It shows. And you do a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fan of music, and I think that shows with the covers you choose. I mentioned Rush. You covered the 2112 Overture into Temples of Syrinx.
Yeah.
Because the two are forever inextricably linked.
You can't have one without the other.
I think a lot of people were excited when you did the Toxic cover, the Britney Spears one, which still sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised by how much that translated to a rock song.
You know, that was the thing. Is like I remember listening to it one day. I was like, "This is a rock song." I mean, these are like Stones lyrics. You know, and this song's about drugs. This will work as a rock song.
No, you made that totally work.
Yeah.
And so, are there more covers coming? Will you do another EP or another?
We're talking about doing another EP. We just recorded a cover of Manic Mechanic by ZZ Top.
Oh my God.
And yeah, we've got a few ideas. We're thinking it's high time to do an ABBA cover.
Ooh.
We've been playing We Are the Road Crew from
Motorhead.
Yeah.
An ABBA cover. I could see you doing SOS beautifully. Is that the one?
Right on the nose, my man.
Uh-huh.
Right
Because
there.
that could be a rock song too. Because it builds tempo and
Totally.
momentum and starts crunching.
Look at that. No.
Yeah, no, you're not doing Fernando.
No.
You're not doing Take a Chance on Me.
Oh, I like to take a chance on me.
Oh, because then you could have the backup vocals. Maybe to do like the kind of Take a Chance, Take a Chance. I could see that.
I like songs that have ba-ba-bas in them. Not all of them, but some of them. Like A Girl Like You. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, so looking ahead, Hey Killer's the most recent, covers on the way. What else is in store for Local H? It seems like you keep busier than anyone else in Chicago rock.
If that were true, I really, sometimes I just feel like we should be doing more. At least more writing, more recording.
Well, don't you do that while you're touring?
No, I'm too exhausted. You know, I can't think. You know, it's maybe like a riff will come up during sound check, and I'll record it. But I mean, it's just the two of us now, the three of us out there, and we're doing everything.
By the way, that's very metal.
Time.
It's very metal to have two drummers on stage.
Is it metal or is it hippie?
Oh, well, if it were a drum circle, if there were more like bongo type percussion instruments.
Well, we're calling it the two balls in a dick tour.
As you do.
I'm flanked by the left and the right ball, and it's a powerful feeling.
All right, so sorry, I derailed you. You're doing that. You're wrapping. You got another round of As Good as Dead with the two drummers.
One more leg, yeah, and then we're going to do some touring in the winter, opening up for somebody, and then
Is that the classic I Can't Tell You Yet?
yeah,
Okay.
it's a classic. I can't tell you yet. And then we
You're a man of secrets.
well, yeah, got a lot of
You're like
secrets.
a government agent.
Yeah,
You have a covert side.
which agency?
I'm thinking CIA.
Okay,
Go big.
I was thinking Department of Water and Safety or something like that.
Weights and measures.
Yeah, right.
Visiting
Exactly.
the local Shell station.
Right.
All right, so you are busy. I mean, every time I look at your tour schedule, I mean, it seems like you're always gigging. You're always somewhere.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is what we do. You
Yeah.
know, it's a job, you know, but it's also a lot of fun, and it's great. And the thing, and you know, I just got back from a tour, so I feel like it's great to be home and doing all the Chicago things that I love to do. But before long, I'll be itching to get back out there.
All right, so I've got to ask, what are those Chicago things you love to do?
You know, hang out with my friends. Go to. I've been at the Music Box pretty much all week, watching De Palma movies.
Gosh, like Blowout?
I saw Blowout the other night.
Awesome.
It was beautiful. I saw Untouchables last night.
Oh man, that's
70 millimeter.
Speaking of Chicago, that's like one of those quintessential Chicago
It
movies.
really is. Like every time, you know, you're like, that's the Chicago way. You know, like the place would applaud. You're not from Chicago. Everybody would applaud. It was.
I still get excited when I go to Union Station because of that movie.
Yeah, you know, I was on the Riverwalk the other day, and I got excited thinking about going to see the movie, walking on the Riverwalk. You know,
It's awesome.
so yeah, it's really good.
So seeing friends, seeing movies, just
Yeah,
being a civilian.
yeah, pretty
love
much.
it.
You know, catching up with my programs, catching up with my shows,
With your TV.
my TVs. I mean, if it, you know, being on the road and not being like catch Game of Thrones means you can't go on Twitter. And yet
Oh,
I have
forget
to,
it.
I
Yeah.
have to go on Twitter every day to like update
Yeah.
crap, and I just trying not to look at it, you know, and just like I can't. I was like 3 weeks behind, and it was killing me.
I understand. Scott Lucas, I hope you enjoyed your food.
I'm still
BRGRBELLY's
enjoying
awesome.
it. Yes, it's great.
Thanks for hanging out in the car.
Thanks for having me in your car. In the daylight.
In the daylight.
In the daylight.
Well, you got the shades.
Oh yeah, it's a sunny day.